Good morning. This is Bob Iaccino, Chief Market Strategist and Head of Research at TrendyTrade.com and TrendyTrade Pro. It is January 16th, Tuesday, first day back after the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday here in the U.S. And we did see the Dow jump up above 26,000 for the first time in its history, reaching as high as about 26,050. That up 200 points looks good on the screen. A lot of that driven again by earnings. Citigroup came out and beat both on the top and the bottom line, even though they had a $19 billion charge to their bottom line off of the tax changes from the Tax Cuts and Job Creation Act passed by Congress and signed by President Donald Trump about a month ago. Now, that particular act caused a lot of banks to take these charges. Citi was one of the largest, and yet they still beat top and bottom line versus analyst estimate. United Healthcare also guided higher, Amazon hitting new highs. So overall, the stock market, short of the energy shares, which are pulling back a little bit after seeing a very strong run over the past week and a half. That's about it. Everything else pretty much positive in the stock markets. We're not seeing a ton of volume, but it's enough to push this higher and be believable. We are looking for earnings to continue to be stronger, especially in the financial sector and technology. We don't expect any weakness there, at least for what's going to be released this coming week, or in healthcare, as United Healthcare again guided higher. Now, one of the things we're looking at in Europe and the UK for this week is we saw a little bit of a pullback in wholesale prices in Germany. We also saw UK CPI pull back a little bit. Of course, that doesn't have to do with the euro, but the ECB, according to Reuters and sources close to the ECB, is not ready to pull back their bond buying program. They're not ready to announce anything of the sort in their January 25th meeting. Now, the markets have been looking toward the ECB owning the inflation and the strong data we've seen out of the European Union, and it doesn't look like we're going to see that, at least not according to this Reuters story. So your focus still should be U.S. earnings as we continue to go deeper into the earnings season this week. Another thing is that President Donald Trump and the Democrats in Congress have gotten further away in terms of DACA and the Dreamers, the immigration reform, and some sort of protection for the DACA Dreamers in order to get a budget passed and avert a government shutdown. Now, we've always averted these shutdowns in the past. The market obviously doesn't seem to care at this point, but this could be the one time that we actually get a shutdown of lasting effect because of the tenuous and contentious relationship between the Democrats and President Donald Trump. Donald Trump now wanting to budge on certain things, the Democrats certainly wanting to see him fail. So this is one of the more volatile relationships we've seen as we approach these government shutdowns. The Republicans can push through an extension of government payments through February 16th to the 19th, somewhere in that range, and they are discussing that. But again, there's more risk of this than ever before. And then lastly, I want to look at cryptocurrencies because we've got Bitcoin down almost 42% on the lows today from its highs above 19,000. Bitcoin is now still lower since the futures contract launched. And I talked about this before. This seemed to me to be something that the institutions would get involved in slowly, is the shorting of the actual currencies and then the buying of the futures market. And I think we've seen a lot of that. But also you're seeing the vulnerability of digital currencies in general if governments decide to ban them. That's what's driving this sell-off. Have you seen a renewed conversation about South Korea potentially banning digital currency exchanges? Now, again, the South Korean Justice Ministry started this conversation. South Korean government pulled that back a little bit, saying all the ministries would have to be involved. And then today you saw the finance ministry comment on that they could still ban these if all the other ministries got involved. China also discussing the same thing. So again, this is one of the larger cryptocurrencies we sell-offs we've seen. Bitcoin down about 20% since that news, and again, down about 42% from its highs above 19,000 US dollars. This is Bob Iaccino, Chief Market Strategist and Head of Research for TrendyTrade.com and TrendyTrade Pro. Have a very safe trading week.